And we're live. Welcome back, everyone. This is Dan with Ledger Support. Sorry for being a bit late. I think I'm about 2 minutes late. But as usual, I hope you had a good weekend. It's always a pleasure to go back doing those lives and to help you guys out. If you have any issues, I can see some familiar names in the chat. So guys, welcome back. Please drop me a little shout out if you can hear me okay. Just want to make sure that you can hear me, like the mic is okay, there is no sound issue before I keep going. I'm just by myself today. Pringe is traveling. Right now he's taking some well-deserved rest. Thank you, Grant, for, okay, great. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Agostinho. Okay, great. So yeah, you guys can go ahead and drop questions in the chat. And as usual, I'm here for about an hour, but we might go over just a little bit. I just want to make sure I help all of you guys. So go ahead, drop your questions in the chat. I'll do my best to answer every single question. But of course, there are questions that are difficult to troubleshoot live. In this case, I will refer you to open a ticket, which can be done via the Help Center. There is a link in the video description. You can just click on the link, click contact us. That is, of course, if I cannot troubleshoot your issue live. Before we keep going, as usual, guys, do not fall for scams. Tons of scammers in crypto, unfortunately. Scammers will try to get your recovery phrase. Okay, they will try to steal your recovery phrase, or they'll try to trick you into sharing your recovery phrase. They'll have fake apps. They'll try to impersonate Ledger employees, Ledger support, all those dirty tricks. But what they want is the recovery phrase. If you give your recovery phrase to anyone, that person or that scammer will be able to access your accounts, even though they don't have access to your device. So again, this is super important. When we mean like don't share your recovery phrase, we mean like don't give it to someone, but also don't type it into any website, because those websites will transfer your recovery phrase to a scammer. So, you know, just don't create any digital copies, don't take a picture of it, and so on and so forth. All right, okay, cool. So I'm seeing some good banter in the chat. Hi, BT. I bet Pringe isn't here because he went Havana shirt shopping. Yes, exactly. Yeah, he needs more shirt for the new year. But yeah, let's begin. So we do have a question from Clement Karen. So here she's asking, hey, I have a problem when adding token to ETH account. I go to ETH account, press add token, choose the token, and press continue, and nothing happens. So Karen, this might be just one of those little bugs in Ledger Live where there's a button that doesn't work. That being said, you don't actually need the button. So just for context, I think you're probably talking about this button here, add token. So first of all, make sure you are on the latest version of Ledger Live. So open Ledger Live, go to settings, about, Ledger Live version, it should say 273.1. Make sure you are on this version. If not, there'll be a banner at the top, just update. So that's the first thing you should do. Second, if the token doesn't work, it's not a very big issue. You can still send tokens to your account. Actually, the best way to do it, if you want to send tokens, ERC20 tokens to your Ethereum account, is probably better to just go ahead, go into your account, click receive, generate the address just like this. And so grab the address and then you can send tokens to that wallet, and that's it. And if the token is supported, then it will appear, it will be detected by Ledger Live. If it's not supported, then no worries, it will be in the account, but Ledger Live will not pick it up, but you can still see it via Discover section. You go to Zerion here, it's a portfolio manager, very useful. You just make sure you select your Ethereum account and it will let you see all your tokens. Zerion typically supports more tokens than Ledger Live because they're focused on EVM chains, so they're very reactive when it comes to integrating more tokens, but we're trying our best as well. So I hope that helps, Karen. Let me know if you have any other questions. I will move to the next question next. So next question is from Rakesh B. Okay, so he's actually, he or she is actually answering Karen. So thank you, Rakesh. Next question is from Moz 2020. Hello, I transferred Doge chain to my Ledger from an exchange. I can't see it. I installed the Doge app in Ledger, it's still not showing anything. I can't see it from MetaMask when I connect my Ledger. I also have issues with not enough parent token available when transferred to an external exchange. Okay, so there is two issues here, Muzz. The first one is Doge chain. I'll have to double check real quick, but I don't think Doge chain is a Dogecoin. I don't think Doge chain is affiliated with the Dogecoin network. So I think they just have the name Doge, but that's about it. So let me check real quick. Doge chain sounds like it's probably its own Doge chain. Here you go. Doge chain. All right, so it's a token on Ethereum. I don't know if they are affiliated with Dogecoin or not. You can see here, so it's a token on Ethereum, so you can send it, you should have sent it to your Ethereum account. So it's probably not supported in Ledger Live, to be honest. Let me check real quick if it's supported. Hang on, give me a second, guys. Right. Someone in the chat absolutely hammering this emoji button. Thank you. Okay. Boom. Oops. Okay, what happened here? Okay, Doge chain. Oh, okay, no, never mind. So it is supported. Yeah, okay, so you just need to, so Muzz, you just need to install an Ethereum account. That's it. If you send your Doge chain to your Ethereum address, then it should be in your Ethereum account, but you need to have an Ethereum account installed just like this. Okay, so if you don't, just add an account, Doge, boom, boom, boom. Once you're done, open the account and you should see the Doge chain here. Make sure you're on the latest version of Ledger Live as well. If you see a banner to update, please update before you do this. Yeah, let me know if you can see it. And the reason why you're getting those parent accounts that doesn't have enough ETH or cryptocurrency is because you're probably trying to keep your tokens and your ETH in separate accounts. But the truth is, your Ethereum account needs some ETH to be able to move your tokens, right? So you can see here, my Ethereum account has some tokens. It also has an ETH balance, and you need this ETH balance to move the tokens in and out of the account. So this is the reason why you're getting this parent account not funded or whatever it's called. But yeah, make sure you've got the native coin to be able to transact on that chain. And I will share some documentation. Sorry, I'm speaking a little fast, I'm realizing here. I'm sharing some documentation from the Help Center, which you can... okay. So as you're saying, I send the Doge chain using Doge platform. how to retrieve it since I left the original exchange. Bing X. Try to install an Ethereum account. Try to go on Etherscan, just like this. So first, let me share this article with you. Okay, that I was going to share, Maz. All right, so this is the article about the fees. It's in the chat. Second, install an Ethereum account, just like this, okay? And then actually go into the Discover section here. Go to Zerion, and then check all the different chains, starting with Ethereum here, and then Polygon, and then all of them, until you find the Doge chain coin. If you don't find the coin anywhere, then open a ticket via our help center. There is a link in the video description. Just click contact us and share your email, not your email, but share your address, the address that you used to send the Doge chain. We'll be able to track the transaction. If there was a transaction, if that wasn't like an error from the exchange, we'll try to track the funds. I don't know if that makes sense, Muzz, but try to find the Doge chain via Zerion here. Make sure you select your Ethereum account that you just add, and then try network by network or just all network and see if you can see it here. And then this little logo here will tell you on which blockchain the Doge chain is, and then you can add the corresponding account. So if the Doge chain is on Base, then you can go back to account and add a Base account. You might have to find it here, Base account, and so on and so forth, right? So try that and let me know. And if you really can't find it, open a ticket. There is a link in the video description, support.ledger.com. Click that link, go to, click on the contact us button, start a conversation with the bot, explain your issue, and then share your address, okay? So we can have a look at your account. All right, I'm gonna move on to the next person, who's Jan Flores. Hedera in hashpack, I cannot get Ledger connection. It says Ledger device, CLA not supported, 0x6E00 error. So I'm not sure, because Hedera hashpack has their own ways to name errors. You know, there is very little standardization, sorry, when it comes to error messaging. Typically this means that maybe your Hedera app on your Ledger device is out of date. So I would start with that, Jan. So what you want to connect your Ledger device to your computer, go into My Ledger, and check if you're using the last version of Hedera. You also want to make sure that you are on the latest version of Ledger Live. Typically, you want to make sure that everything is up to date. Then you go into My Ledger, and the app version should be 1.0.8. And then you close Ledger Live, and then you try to connect to hashpack again. I'll share some documentation with you, Jan, so you can just consult that at your leisure, and let me know if you have any questions. You can try during the live here and get back to me if you have any questions. Okay, next. So we've got a question from Dika Chakwu. Sorry if I butchered that name, Dika. Why has my order not being delivered for 3 months? Wow, that's a long time, Dika. Maybe there's an issue with the carrier. You probably, I need my order. Okay, so you probably want to get in touch with us so we can check your order, Dika. So it's easy. You can just visit the video description here. There is a link, support.ledger.com. Open a ticket. If you do have a ticket pending with us, what you can do is instead you can just drop your ticket ID in the chat, and me or someone from my team will pick it up, not today, but tomorrow morning we'll try to figure out what happened. But yeah, apologies for the delay. Yeah. So if you have a ticket number, go for it. If not, open a ticket with us, okay? And then by going through the bot here, you'll get a ticket number. Then you can drop that ticket number in the chat, and I'll pick it up tomorrow morning, okay? Maybe it's a customs issue, maybe the customs in your country. Sometimes there are countries where customs are very aggressive, and then they will hold whatever package from abroad, and then they will try to make you pay customs fees, or there's a lot of shenanigans that can happen. Okay, next is from so I'm guessing Goje, you're asking about stacks. Stacks, we're still working on it. Once the device is ready to ship, we'll send you an email. I unfortunately don't have much more information than that. I'm waiting for mine as well, Goje, so just stay put. We want to ship it in 2024, but we'll send you an email when it's ready to ship, right? Next, Agostinho, hey, Grant, when will Ledger Live support XDC? Grant, it's not on the immediate roadmap because there's a lot of things we need to integrate within Ledger Live before XDC. That being said, you can totally use XDC wallets with a third-party wallet like XDC beta wallet, something like that. We have documentation about XDC on the Help Center. I'll just drop that for you. I know you guys in the XDC community, you've been supporting Ledger and you want that into Ledger Live. At support, we're trying to push internally for having you guys within Ledger Live, but there is just so much. There's just so much going on. Then engineers have to prioritize. So XDC is not going to be integrated like any time soon, I would say, but eventually it will be. So go for it, try that, Grant. And just so you know, it's perfectly fine to manage your XDC via a third-party wallet. It's just as secure as Ledger Live. Okay, next. Linwood, yeah. Welcome back. Thank you for the shout out. Agostinho, short image, clear audio. Looking good, bro. Thanks. Thank you. Don't hesitate, Agostinho. If you have any questions, go for it. Carl, here you're fine. Thank you. Okay, thank you guys. Just drop your questions if you have any. Next question is from Eric Silva. Do you still send render to Ledger through Ethereum? So I think the answer is no, Eric. I think render has moved to Solana. If we're talking about the same project. So if you're talking about this project here, it probably has a contract on Ethereum, meaning that you can probably send it to Ethereum account as well. But I do think that, yeah, it's natively on Solana. So you can send it to your Solana account. However, because Ledger Live doesn't detect tokens on Solana, it will not show in Ledger Live, but you can use something like Solflare to access that balance and manage it. Eric, so yeah, so you can totally send your render to Solana. You'll pay less fees than on Ethereum for sure. If it's the first time you're sending render to your Solana account, just send a little tiny amount first, and then once you can access the balance via a third-party wallet like Solflare connected to your Ledger device, then you can just send the balance. By the way, speaking of Solflare, I'll just drop some documentation for you so you can connect your Ledger device to Solflare and manage your Ethereum Solana account that way, Eric. So check this out. Okay, next question. Carl, I'm trying to use Zen Ledger. When I download my transaction from Ledger, there's a problem, my Ethereum transaction. Okay, I see. Yeah, I've never used Zen Ledger, to be honest with you, Carl. But there is another way to do this. What you can do is just go into Etherscan, so etherscan.io. Then you would paste your address, like this one, for example. And if you go all the way at the bottom here, you'll see there is an option to export a CSV file. This export will typically be more powerful than what's in Ledger Live. So maybe by combining Zen Ledger and some data directly from Etherscan, then you can get like a better report on your transactions. So to try that, I'll just drop the address, the Etherscan address. And by the way, this works, this little trick works on most of the blockchain explorers that are similar to Etherscan, so Polygon Scan, BSC Scan, RB Scan, Optimism Scan, like all of them. All right, so Carl, I'll just drop Etherscan address in the chat. Check it out. Grant, your message got retracted, so hang on. I think you'll have to post again because I can't see it. Sometimes YouTube will automatically delete some messages if it thinks that it's scam or spam. All right, next, Agostinho. Okay, so Agostinho, so Dan, regarding the firmware 111 issue, last time you said Sweet App was resolved. How about Radix? Is it safe to update yet? So Radix is still not available, Agostinho, I'm sorry. So I would say just stay on 111 for now. Let me check real quick, just in case they re-added it. Okay, no, so it's RDX. Yeah, no, it's not available. To be fair, this time it's not Ledger's fault. It's the Radix team that was too late to update to the latest SDK. But we're not here to point fingers, doesn't really matter. But the bottom line, Agostinho, is just don't update to the latest firmware version for now. And if you want to track the issue, you can use the ongoing page from the help center here. There is a section on missing apps here. This section here. Once we've removed this little block here, you'll know that it's safe to update. Or you can, attend those streams. I'll let you know when Radix is back. All right. Okay, so next question from Sergio. 2 weeks. Okay, so you've been having issues for 2 weeks with near tokens, byte array longer than desired length. 15 days, you don't have a solution. Oh, okay, so I thought this issue was actually solved, Sergio. I think you need to update Ledger Live. That's the reason why you're still getting this issue, Sergio. So if you see a banner at the top here saying update, and please update, you should be on version 2.73.1. Let me drop a link for you to download Ledger Live. Sergio, I think that's what's going on. But if you're telling me that you are on the latest version, you're still getting the issue, then that's another ball game entirely, and something else is going on. So wait, Sergio, I'm just gonna drop something at the bottom of the chat. I can't find it in the chat, but yeah, try to update Ledger Live first, and try to send you near again. Agostinho again, what's the advantage of moving assets from a centralized exchange to Ledger using BEP2? I know the difference between BEP2 and BEP20 chain, but why have both on Ledger? Actually, so BEP2 and BEP20 are completely different chains, but I would say don't send any asset to BEP2 because Binance actually recently announced that they were going to retire BEP2. It's also called the beacon chain, the Binance beacon chain, BEP2. So Binance said, okay, we're retiring this thing. It's not working so well. It's not very popular compared to Binance Smart Chain. So they just don't want to bother sort of maintaining this thing. So they're going to sunset the Binance beacon chain. If you want to learn more, we have a little call out here in this article, Agostinho here. So the Binance beacon chain is Binance's original decentralized network. The Binance team recently announced it is scheduled for retirement. It will be merged with the Binance Smart Chain in May 2024. Here's the announcement. So I would say just don't send any assets to it. It's not worth it. They might get stuck. Instead, just keep using Binance Smart Chain. All right, next, Muzz. How do you remove a coin from Ledger Live after transferring it to an external exchange or sold it? For example, I used to have Gala. I don't have it anymore. How to remove it from my listing? Yeah, good question. You would just, so let me show you how to do it. You basically right click on it and then you hide. That's it. And then it should disappear. Maybe you need to synchronize it real quick. And that's it, and it should disappear from the listing. Let me try again. Yeah, see, like it's gone. Yeah, so you just hide them like that. And if ever you want to unhide those tokens, you can do it via the account section here. See, like this section, hidden tokens, like you can unhide those tokens here. But yeah, pretty easy. So again, just right click on the token and hide it. I also don't like to see like empty balances in my Ledger Live app. I think it looks messy. And speaking of this, excuse me while I'm doing a cleanup. Yep. Okay, next, Rakesh, how to check profit and loss with average in Ledger Live portfolio. So Rakesh, I don't think this is actually supported. The profit and loss, actually, I know for sure that it's not supported. This is a feature that we might introduce in the future. For now, it's very basic. You can just track the time frame, but there is no granular profit and loss for assets like you would find on like a more sophisticated trading platform, for example. GC, I didn't miss your question. I don't think I did miss your question. Yes, I missed a bunch of questions, so you're right. Sorry about that. I missed Phil Taylor question. Okay, so I missed a bunch of questions, so sorry for that, guys. I'm gonna start again by Phil, and then I'll get to you, GC and Mohammed. So Phil, as I bought my X from Amazon, how can I be sure it's secure? So Phil, we actually have a video that specifically addresses this question. Let me share it with you. It's on YouTube on this very channel. Reseller, genuine. So hang on, buy from an official reseller. I think it's also linked in this article here. Okay, never mind, it's not here. Let me fetch it for you. Basically, it's safe to buy from Amazon. You just have to exercise the same security measures you would if you buy a ledger from anywhere, including the shop. Basically, you want to make sure that the device is not preset or hasn't been tampered with while in transit to your location. And the easiest for me is just to share the video with you. It's got like a checklist of things you can check. There you go. Is it safe to buy from a reseller? The short answer is yes, but it's good to watch the video so you can familiarize yourself with like the basic of ledger recovery. I'll drop that in the chat for you, Phil. And feel free to watch the video whenever you've got time. And you can keep asking questions though, if you need anything. Sorry again, I skipped your question. Okay, so the next question I skipped was, so BT, hey BT, nice to see you again. Mohammed is asking, any news on when we will be made whole on the recent drain? The asset that was stolen by the drainer was an asset that's probably going to zero. We'll have to say it before that's happened. I think you're referring to the Connect Kit incident with third-party wallets. I think there is documentation on the help center, but it's the end of February. I think, Mohammed. There is something on the help center that talks about this. But if you were affected, just reach out. So open a ticket, contact us, and we'll see what we can do for you. But there will not be any transfer of funds until the end of Feb. Next, GC. Okay, hello, my Ledger Live desktop is displaying an inaccurate balance chart over 20 billion. Okay, wow. Because of a zinc token, which is causing discrepancy. Okay, wow. Okay, so I would say here, GC, just hide the token. If it's causing mayhem in your portfolio, then yeah, just do what I did earlier. Just grab the token, right click on it, hide it, and then instead use Xerion to check the value of that token. I know it's not exactly, super easy because you have to switch back and forth, but that's something I can escalate. I can escalate that zinc has bad price data. You can potentially, if the pricing data is bad because it's got bad cached data, you can go into the settings, help clear cache like this, and then confirm. See if that solves the issue. If not, I would say hide the token by right clicking on it and then use the discover section to check the value. Okay. All right, next. Okay, where was I? Sorry, my chat is a mess here. It's not because of you guys, it's me. Okay, so next question was from Muzz. How do you remove a coin from Ledger Live? Oh, okay, so I've answered that question. Rakesh, I've answered your question. TAS. Any P high there? Okay, wow. Any plans to add XDC on Ledger Live but not on Ethereum wallets? I'm sick of paying high Ethereum fees. Yeah, TAS, you don't need to store your XDC on Ethereum anymore. XDC has their own chain. So instead you can send your XDC back to an exchange and then you create a XDC account by using a third-party wallet like MetaMask, for example, and then send your coins to that wallet. Your wallet will be secured by your Ledger device, right? So it's not unsafe or anything like that. It's just that instead of securing your XDC via Ledger Live, you will secure it via a third-party wallet. I'll drop some documentation for you, TAS, so you can check this out. But first, I would say just move it out of your Ethereum account back to an exchange and then send that out again. And yeah, I totally get you. Like, Ethereum fees are outrageous, really expensive. Next question from Anil Kumar. Please integrate the Bitcoin Lightning Network on Ledger Live. So that's a question we get a lot. And the answer is that there is no way to do, it's extremely complicated to do a custodial, non-custodial, let's say, Lightning Network wallet. So typically, because the Lightning Network has many complications, it's very difficult to manage your channels. So the best user experience you can get is when someone is actually managing the channels and the wallet for you, which is not the ethos of Ledger Live. So instead, that's the reason why we don't integrate Lightning Network, because we don't want to offer you a wallet that would be managed by a third party. The whole goal is to have you manage your funds and having your private keys So that's the reason why we haven't integrated the Bitcoin Lightning Network in Ledger Live. Cool. Next question. Hi there. Any plan? Okay. Shubham Kumar, tell me about your portfolio. I like Bitcoin, I like ETH, I like Solana. That's the portfolio I like. I like to be able to stake coins, yeah. Because why not? And Bitcoin, of course. Everybody who's in crypto has Bitcoin, I guess. So yeah, tell me about your portfolio. Actually, you shouldn't tell me about your portfolio. You know, keep that private. Don't talk, especially like I always think that, you know, in crypto, it's okay to talk about crypto, but you should never talk about your own crypto. And you should certainly never tell anyone that you own crypto. And especially you should never tell anyone how much crypto you own. You're just painting a target on your back if you do. So just keep that private, I would say. All right, next question. Milos Prodanovic. Hello, I have an issue with one of my NanoS devices. When I enter the seed phrase, there is 0 bounce and there is no transaction history. On the blockchain, there is still a bounce without address. Okay, so Milos, that's an issue with something is not up to date, probably Ledger Live. So make sure you are running the latest version of Ledger Live. I'll send you some steps that you can follow to update your setup completely. Hopefully that will help you see that bounce in Ledger Live. By the way, Milos, if you could maybe say like which assets you can't see in Ledger Live, that would help me. Yeah, that would probably help me troubleshoot the issue. By the way, are you sure you're using the correct recovery phrase as well? Because I see you mentioning a seed phrase, but if you have the wrong seed phrase, so never mind actually, if you have the wrong seed phrase and you're using the seed phrase but looking for accounts that are not secured by that seed phrase, then you'll never be able to find it. If you're looking for the address with the bounce that you're looking for is secured by a unique seed phrase. So the game now is to find that seed phrase and then type that seed phrase into the device, not into Ledger Live, okay, into the device and re-add your account. If you have multiple seed phrases, you might want to, you know, cycle those seed phrases through your device one at a time. Try to re-add your accounts one at a time and just do sequentially like this. Yeah, Dika, where's your case number? I don't see your case number. If you could drop your case number, that would be great. I don't see in the chat. So yeah, just drop it again. Maybe it was hidden by Ledger, by YouTube. It should be 6 digits. Cool. All right. Next question. Moz, how fast do you guys work on integrating a new coin in Ledger? It seems like Tangem is much quicker on that. A lot of coins are not supported in Ledger Live. Yeah, it depends. It depends on the coins. If it's just like a simple like send and receive, it's pretty easy. If it's staking, then much yeah, it takes much longer. I don't know what Tangem is quicker, maybe because there is more low-hanging fruit. Or maybe they have a more responsive team. You know, there's so many things that get into what it takes to integrate. So I don't know why they're quicker on some cryptocurrencies, but what I know for sure is on our side, we tend to be slow because we want to make sure that it's super safe. So security has a price, and the price is slowness, unfortunately. But Maz, if there's something you want, just drop it in the chat. I'm happy to escalate that. Dika, okay, great. I can see this, and I will make notes. Just write it down, and I'll get back to you tomorrow. Hang on. Let me write this down somewhere. Okay, so I'm just gonna write it on my phone. Guys, give me a second, please. All right, so 1428 771. Okay. All right, Dika. Well, we'll try our best. Okay, I'll pick it up. I'll pick the ticket up tomorrow morning, and we'll take a look at what's happening. Next, DeFi and cryptocurrency is asking, can I use the Ledger Bluetooth connection and my phone for transactions? Are there any issues that I need to be aware of? Thanks. Can you use the Ledger Bluetooth connection and my phone for transactions? There is no issues. I mean, so first, it's super safe, so don't worry about it. Safety is not an issue. In terms of pitfalls and like little bugs that you might encounter, you might get, it depends on if you're using Android or iPhones, but we have documentation that addresses all the Bluetooth issues. I would say as long as you're using the last version of Ledger Live on your phone, you should be okay. The Bluetooth connection has improved a lot recently, so you should be fine, DeFi, but if you get any issues, then you can check this article here, which I'll drop in the chat for you. There's also a video that you can watch. All right, next question. Merrick St. Louis. Hello, I made a transaction with Transact the 19th of January on Cosmos, and I bought $300 of Cosmos. The transaction passed on my credit card, but I cannot see the funds on my ledger. All right, Merrick. So two things. First of all, did you contact Transact with your purchase ID? Because it's possible that Transact did not send the funds. Maybe there was an issue on their side, some bug. So maybe they haven't sent the funds. All you need to do is contact the customer service and say, hey, I haven't got the Atom. Can you please resend the funds? And that's it. Second, do you see the funds? So if you don't see the funds in Ledger Live, my question is, do you see the funds in MintScan? Because if there are some transactions that do not appear in Ledger Live, it might be because Ledger Live is not able to detect the transaction, but the transaction actually happened, and maybe you will be able to see it in MintScan. So if you could actually check that, Merrick, I'll drop a link to MintScan here in the chat. All you need to do is go to MintScan, go to like paste your address here. So I'll give you a quick demo. So grab your address from Ledger Live, okay, just like this. Receive, boom. So grab your Cosmos address, go to MintScan, Control V, paste that in. So you want to select Cosmos and look for your transaction in the transaction history here. And see if you can see the transaction here, because Ledger Live might not be able, if it's a special kind of transaction that Transact used to send you the funds, it's possible that Ledger Live cannot detect that transaction, but the funds are in the account, if that makes sense. Next question from, this one is from Muzz. Again, how to transfer Myro to Ledger. Okay, Muzz, let me check real quick what Myro is. Myro, okay, so assuming this is what you're talking about, it's a Solana coin. So you would just create a Solana account in Ledger Live, then click receive, get your address. Oops. Sorry, let me do this again. Get your address from Ledger Live, boom, and then you can send your Myro tokens through the Solana network to your address on Solana, just like that. Now, just so you know, your tokens will not appear in Ledger Live because Ledger Live cannot detect those transactions, okay? But the coins, the tokens, I mean, will be in your account. They will just be invisible, but it's not a problem. it's safe, it's secure by your ledger, it's just that Ledger Live cannot detect it. Instead, what you can do is access this balance by connecting your Ledger device to a third-party wallet called Solflare. There's another one called Phantom, which you can use as well. I personally prefer Solflare, but they're both really good. So I'll drop that into the chat. Actually, I'll share with you the article about Solana tokens, so you get all the information you need. Muzz. All right. Okay. All right, guys, I've got 15 minutes left. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat, as usual. Cool. Next question from Mohammed. Completely skip my question. Oh, yeah. So sorry, I skipped your question. That's true. I did answer your question eventually. I don't know if you caught that, but I think the deadline is Feb 2024, Mohammed. And Connect Kit. I think there is documentation in the Help Center. Connect Kit that discuss that. Let's see if I can find it for you. Anyway, it's in the Help Center, but it's end of Feb 2024, Mohammed. Grants. Blind signing will stop in June 2024. I use MetaMask to send XDC token. I was told you need to use blind signing to send tokens. Please advise. Don't worry, Grants. We will not lock you out of your accounts. I think Ledger sort of very strongly took a stance against blind signing, but we don't have any intention to lock you out of your account. So there'll probably be a long grace period to make sure that everybody has time to implement blind signing. So don't worry. Next, Agostinho, thank you. Yeah, you're welcome, Agostinho. If you have any question, go for it. GC, skip your question. Okay, so you say it doesn't work. Okay, inaccurate balance. Sorry about that. Inaccurate balance. Yeah, so it's the data that's bad. There is nothing you can do, unfortunately, GC. Maybe, well, one other thing you could do is just remove the accounts. So for example, let's say the bad token is in your Polygon account. I'm sorry. Let's say it's in your Polygon account. Remove, like right click on the account, edit account, remove from portfolio, and then re-add the account with your Ledger device. See if that works and you get better data. If not, that's definitely bad data that we get into Ledger Live, in which case I'll need to escalate that issue. All right, next question. And sorry, I skipped your question. It wasn't intentional. I just, I refreshed the chat and that was a very, very bad idea. Next question from Frank agrees. What about injective issue? Still going on, Frank. So we've got missing transactions. Although the coins are in the wallet, they might not appear in Ledger Live. We're working on it. I think this is going to be solved in the next version of Ledger Live. So you really want to make sure that once you see this banner at the top, you immediately update Ledger Live, and you should be good. If not, unfortunately, you should use something like Mint Scan to see the correct balance. It's not great, to be honest, but it's a workaround that works. Okay, next question. Jonathan, good to see VeChain supporting Ledger Live. Yeah, I know, right? I know the VeChain community has waited for a long time for VeChain. We have documentation, by the way, Jonathan, on VeChain. If you're interested, it's in the Help Center. I'll drop that in the chat for you if you want to review it. Jonathan. Whoop. Okay, next. Sergio, any plans to support Hedera HBAR on Ledger? It is supported. Once you've created an account via Hashback, you can import that account into Ledger Live, which is a little weird, but this is how it works. And but the problem is Hedera accounts in Ledger Live are very minimum. You cannot stake. You can just send and receive HBAR. So I would say for now, it's probably better to use Hashback with your Ledger device, I would say. But yeah, if you want to see your HBAR bounce in Ledger Live, you can do it by importing the account. And I will share some documentation that explains how to do this here. Who asked the question? Sergio, I'll drop the link in the chat for you. Last link at the bottom. Next question. Boss Thai M Group. Show the value for Chinese yuan. Do we support this? I'm not sure. Chinese one. The Chinese one. We don't yet. I'll definitely escalate that because I think China has a huge population. I don't know why it's not an option in Ledger Live. I'll definitely escalate that, boss. Next, Dirty. Hey Dan. Hey Dirty. How you doing, man? Drop your question if you have any. Next question from Amit Kumar Bindal. One system second ledger device connect car Sakte Hi. So Amit Kumar, I'm not actually sure what you mean. If you could rephrase your question maybe, like I'm not really sure what you mean by that. Next question from Weska. Hey, I want to ask when Ledger will add Helium coin on Ledger Live. It's not supported yet. I think you have to use a third-party Wesker. For now, I mean, it's safe. You know, you can use a third-party wallet with your Ledger device. But no, it's, yeah, here we go. So we say you should use a third-party service like Soulflare to manage your Helium coins. I'll drop that in the chat for you, Wesker. I don't have an ETA on when this is going to be supported though. Next, Carl. When will the temporary display issue with ETH deposit in Ledger Live problem be fixed? Carl, I've got good news for you. Next version of Ledger Live. So make sure to update whenever you see that update banner. Make sure you update and maybe clear the cache. And then you should be able to see those missing transactions. RR. Do I lose my coins if I clear the cache? No, you don't lose your coins. It's just refresh the data within Ledger Live. Ledger Live doesn't hold any coins. Ledger Live is just looking at balances on the blockchain. So you can safely clear the cache. It's actually recommended if you get bad data into Ledger Live, funky graphs or crazy valuation for a token that don't match market price. Okay, next, Joshua. When is the Ledger stacks being released? Sorry if this question has been asked loads of time. No, you're right, Joshua. It's fair. I'm still waiting for mine as well. I don't have an ETA for you. All I can say is like the team is working hard to ship the product. We will have, once we have an update and the product is ready to ship, we'll send you an email on the email you provided to pre-order. Unfortunately, I don't have much more to share. But it's a fair question, Joshua. Next question, Blue Lemon 007. Hi, I got stuck in a bootloader. I started the firmware update on my Ledger Nano S, which is persistent to all attempts I tried based on your support page. Only this screen. It's appearing when I reconnect, no other function possible. Blue Lemon, we might need to replace your device, especially if you have a Nano S. You should reach out to us and we'll see if we can upgrade you to a newer Nano S Plus. If you've been a user for a long time, we can probably give you a nice voucher so you can upgrade to the Nano S Plus, which is honestly much better. I used to be a Nano S user, upgraded to Nano S Plus, totally worth it. So how do you get in touch? There is a link in the video description, Blue. Click that link. It's support.ledger.com. On the website, you click on contact us here. You start a conversation with the bot. You explain your issue, as much detail as possible.
and you provide an email, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Just tell them that you tried all the troubleshootings, that nothing worked, and that you wanna, if you wanna upgrade to Nano S Plus, and I would recommend it, to be honest, if you can, just say that in email as well. It will speed the process. Okay, next. Yeah, of course, Blue Lemon, there is something else you can try, and that would be to update everything. But if the device is stuck on the bootloader, then it's probably something like we have to change the device. Once you have your new device, you can type your recovery phrase inside the new device to access your account, so don't worry. Next. Yeah, you're welcome, Blue Lemon. Let me share some documentation on how to restore your accounts with the new device. Okay, and once you've got your new Nano S Plus, really, again, encourage you to upgrade. You will love the slickness of the Nano S Plus. I was really pleased when I got the new device. Like, I'm not exaggerating. It was like going from, a high school calculator to a modern computer. It was really, really good. So once you're done getting your new device, or then you can use this guide here to recover your accounts. I'll share that in the chat for you. Okay, next question from Muzz. I sent AI tech from my ledger to an exchange using Binance Smart Chain. I still can see it in my exchange. So I'm guessing you can't see it. I don't know, man. I would say check on Binance Smart Chain scan, aka BS scan. See if you can check your transaction, see if the transaction was successful. If it was successful and the coins have left your wallet, but Binance has not credited this balance, then the issue is on the Binance side, and they will need to, something went wrong, and they will need to update your balance manually. That happens a lot with exchanges, especially exchanges as busy as Binance. I'll just drop the BS scan link for you, Moz, so you can troubleshoot, you can check your transaction. Just paste your address here, and then once you are on your account, just try to see if you can see your transaction in the transaction history here. And if you can see a successful out transaction to Binance, then you know that the issue is on Binance side. All right, cool. Next question from Yonko Vlashki. How to remove a scam NFT from my ledger? Good question. It's super easy. You would just go into your accounts. See, I've got plenty of scam NFTs here. And you right click, hide. Right click, hide. Right click, hide. I know it's a little laborious because you have to go one by one, but for now, that's the only thing you should do. Do not try to move the NFT, because that's what the scammer wants you to do. They want you to interact with this NFT either by signing a transaction that might be malicious, or to follow those links that are scammy. If you follow this link, you'll probably end up on some sort of scammy website that will ask you for your recovery phrase or something like that. So yeah, just hide the transaction. Next, Seth. Is Ledger in danger of going out of business? No, Seth, it's not in danger. We're doing well. That being said, and it's a bull market, which is good for business, especially for Ledger. So no danger. Even if that's your question, even if Ledger were to go out of business, you would still be able to use your Ledger device and manage your coins, because we don't hold the coins for you. There's a video that actually discussed that on out of business on YouTube. What happens? Okay, are my funds still safe if Ledger disappear? So go ahead, you can watch this. You can watch this video, Seth, and you will not be in danger because you have your recovery phrase, and your recovery phrase is your private keys. And as long as you have your private keys, you can always restore access to your accounts on any wallet that will accept your recovery phrase, which is standard across all recovery phrases and the crypto industry. So you're fine, don't worry. Next, Rokinos, if I bought a used ledger, am I safe if I change the seed phrase only? You should be safe if you reset the device, you created a new recovery phrase, and you're using this. I would say probably start with a small amount first and see what happens. But yeah, you should be okay as long as you're 100% sure that you are the person that generated the recovery phrase. You saw the recovery phrase on the device screen, and you're the only person to ever see that recovery phrase, then you're good, okay? If not, if you have any doubts at all, I would say just do it again, right? Do it again. We have documentation that can help. New recovery phrase, let me share that with you. Here, how to change your recovery phrase. So I would say, you know, if you haven't sent any funds to your ledger yet, just do it again one more time, just to be sure, okay? Just to be sure. Boom. Dropped a link for you in the chat. Next, GC, removing the account resolves the issue, but upon re-adding it, the incorrect balance persists. I will escalate the issue with Zinc. JC, no worries. Next question, NP. Hey Dan, thanks for taking my question. I wanted to follow up from last week live stream question. Any incoming refer friend promos? I would love if they boosted rewards, if possible. I don't know. I don't know, NP. I will ask the question again. Maybe I'll have an answer for you tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. CT. If you can, maybe I'll have an update. Rokinos, you're welcome. Polish Pat, you're welcome. No worries. Ben is the other guy. We do have a Ben on the team, and I'll take your question first because it's really easy to answer. We have documentation on the Help Center about passphrases, so you can just, you can just look at that documentation and let me know tomorrow during the live if you have any questions. Going back to Tom Cam, welcome back. Thomas, okay, yeah, hey Thomas, thanks for the live. Greetings from Greece. Yeah, thank you so much, Thomas. And yeah, well, nice to meet you. And stay safe. It's great to have you on those live. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat as usual. Thank you for the kind words. Next question is from Team We. I got BTC 0.0 taken off my ledger. I'm so sorry to hear this. Someone probably got a hold of your recovery phrase, Team We. So it's important that you don't send more funds to your accounts because someone has your recovery phrase. They'll be able to access your accounts now. Instead, what you should do immediately is contact the police, signal the theft, and read this article here. It has everything you need to for the next steps. And so yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. It's always heartbreaking because I want you guys to be safe. And every single time someone gets scammed like that, it's really a failure of our communication, I think, because again, guys, if anyone gets access to your ledger device and your PIN, or they get access to your recovery phrase, or if you had your recovery phrase in a place that can be accessed, either on your phone, somewhere, or if you gave it to someone to type it into an app, then the scammer will be able to access your accounts and steal your funds. And there is nothing we can do, unfortunately, but try to assist the police if the police is willing to do something. So good luck, read the article, go to the police. If the police needs assistance, we'll help them. Okay. Next question from localhost, I like the handle. Asking, I would like to store USDT on Solana network. How can this be done? Localhost, you just send the USDT to your Solana account in Ledger Live. So basically go in Ledger Live, create an account with your Ledger device, blah, 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 boom. Once the account is in Ledger Live, you go ahead and you create an address just like this. You copy the address, you send USDT from the exchange to this address. Now, don't worry, you will not be able to see the USDT in Ledger Live. This is normal. It's because Ledger Live does not detect tokens on Solana, but the tokens will be in your account, just invisible in Ledger Live. Instead, what you can do is connect your Ledger device to a third-party wallet. It's completely safe, and you'll be able to manage the USDT balance from that third-party wallet. I would suggest Solflare. You've done USDT, yeah, of course, because Ledger Live does not support. Instead, connect your Ledger device to Solflare, and Solflare. This one, Solflare. I'll just drop this link here, the link to this article, and you can just follow the steps, localhost, and you should be able to see the tokens once you're done. All right, guys. Yeah, no worries. Let me know how it goes. I'll be live again tomorrow at 4:30. So yeah, if you have any issues, just let me know. Okay, but you should be fine. Last question from Dr. Mohammed. Can we trust you if chaos happen and it's World War III? Okay. Well, I mean, can you trust anyone if it's World War III? But yes, joke aside, yes, we don't have access to your coins, right? We don't have your private keys. You're the only person that's ever seen your recovery phrase, the 24 words that your device gave you when you set up the device for the first time. Those are your private keys, okay? You're the only person that has access to those private keys. So even if Ledger were to be completely destroyed by a bomb during World War III, you would still be able to access your coins by importing this recovery phrase into any wallet that's compatible with that recovery phrase. So you're fine. Hopefully we won't have to deal with World War III anytime soon, but don't worry, you can always, as long as you have your recovery phrase, you'll always be able to recover your coins. Yeah, I mean, it's better to be prepared. You never know what's gonna happen, but you're fine. Next, Merrick. It said multi-send on my Cosmos public address. Does Ledger can detect? Yes, so you're correct. It does not, and that's the reason why Ledger Live cannot send these, cannot detect those transactions. We do not detect a multi-send. So I don't really have a good workaround except keep using mint scan, or if you just want to have all your transactions in one place, you can connect your Ledger device to something like Kepler, which is a fantastic third-party wallet for Cosmos, completely compatible with Ledger, completely safe to use. And I think Kepler, because they focused just on Cosmos, they probably don't have this issue. And I'll just drop the link here, Merrick, for you in the chat. It's the last link. Okay, Muzz, is Caspa compatible with Ledger? Not yet, we're working on it. Last question from Polish Pat. Hey Dan, have you heard any news to list Constellation DAG? I don't think so, mate. I don't think so. I do think we have documentation. So you can, yeah, no. See, it's still pending. Once we do have an integration, this page will be up to date. Polish Pat, you can bookmark it and just check on it from time to time, but yeah, nothing for now. And this one will be my last question for real. Rajkumar saying, is it possible that can anyone hack my Ledger if I'm offline, and how? So hack your Ledger, unlikely, but if they get a hold of your 24-word recovery phrase, Rajkumar, so the 24 words that the device generated when you first set it up, if someone gets access to that, then they will be able to access your accounts, because this phrase is not optional. It's not something you can forget. It's actually all your private keys. Okay, so if you give me your private keys, then I can import your private keys into my Ledger and I can access your account, even though I don't have access to your Ledger device. So that's why we tell everyone, please do not share your 24-word recovery phrase. Anyone or any app, any website, anyone asking you for your 24-word recovery phrase is trying to scam you, okay? So keep that phrase secure and do not share it with anyone. I'll drop a link for you guys to read. If you have 5 minutes, just read this article. Raj Kumar, definitely read it. Familiarize yourself with recovery phrase security. This is really, really important. Please do not share your recovery phrase. Polish Pat, you're welcome. I will leave the chat to this for now, guys. It's been a long session. I'm a little over time. You're welcome, Raj Kumar. Good news is I'll be back tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. CET. That's Paris time. So if you have more questions, come back tomorrow, okay? And I will be answering any questions that you might have, all right? In the meantime, please do not share your recovery phrase. Stay safe, enjoy the bull market. It looks like the market is turning green, which is always great. And yeah, take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.